LeBron James is leaving the Los Angeles Lakers after 8 seasons in purple and gold. The King has told the franchise he's moving on, and the entire NBA is scrambling to figure out where he lands next. Let's break it down. It dropped like a hammer. LeBron James will continue his NBA career for the 2026-27 season and has informed the Los Angeles Lakers that the franchise can move on without him because he will play elsewhere. That's Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul speaking directly to ESPN's Shams Charania. No ambiguity. No, we're exploring options. LeBron is gone. James spoke with Lakers president Rob Pelinka about his decision before the start of free agency, out of courtesy and appreciation for their run together. A courtesy call. 8 years together, a championship, a dynasty, and it ends with a courtesy call. The Lakers shared a message from team president Jeannie Buss on X, thanking James for his 8 years with the team. LeBron James is one of the greatest athletes in history. We will always be thankful for his 8 years with the Lakers, including the title he led us to in 2020 under the toughest imaginable circumstances and the countless records he broke in purple and gold. That's a goodbye. That's a full send-off. The Lakers aren't waiting around. Now here's the thing. The fact that this is even happening didn't come out of nowhere. The seeds of this departure were planted over a year ago. The story of where LeBron James will play basketball for the 2026-27 season began last June 29, when his longtime agent, Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul, told ESPN's Shams Charania that James would exercise his player option for 2025-26 with the Los Angeles Lakers. He came back for one more year, but the message Rich Paul sent at the same time told you everything. LeBron wants to compete for a championship, Paul told Charania at the time. He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. Building for the future, not competing for a title right now. Building for the future. That one phrase should have told every Lakers fan exactly what was coming. By opting in to his contract, James did something he had never done. During his 23-year career, set himself up to be a free agent without a fallback option. It signaled the uncertainty over whether this would be his final NBA season, or potentially just his final one in a Lakers uniform. So he came back, he played, he produced. James averaged 20.9 points, 6.1 rebounds, 7.2 assists, and 1.2 steals in 33.2 minutes over the course of 60 games. This is a 41-year-old man we're talking about, and when the playoffs hit, he turned it up. He looked re-energized in the postseason, averaging 23.2 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 7.3 assists while shooting 45.9%. From the field, he helped a Luka Doncic-less Los Angeles team upset the Rockets in the first round, before the Lakers were swept by the defending champion Thunder in the Western Conference semifinals. The Lakers went home early, and LeBron apparently looked at what came next. A franchise pivoting hard toward Luka Doncic, and decided that wasn't his chapter to stay for. The Lakers have signaled their intent to build around the 27-year-old Doncic, rather than continuing to prioritize the 41-year-old James, who is entering unrestricted free agency. The math was simple. LeBron ran it, didn't like the answer, and made his move. The news quells speculation that James would retire at the end of the 2025-26 campaign. At 41 years old, he's not done. He's just done with the Lakers. So where is he going? That's the entire question the NBA is wrestling with right now. And to understand the answer, you have to understand exactly how the ground shifted under LeBron's feet in Los Angeles. Because the moment everything changed happened on a Saturday night in February 2025, and LeBron didn't even see it coming. It was late on a Saturday night when the first message hit the Lakers group chat. Inside the team's group chat, rookie guard Bronny James was the first to share the news, thinking the post might be a hack. The message sent shockwaves through the roster, as players struggled to verify what they could barely believe. Within seconds, confirmation started flooding in, and disbelief turned into raw emotion. The Luka Doncic-Anthony Davis trade was a National Basketball Association trade made on the night of February 1, 2025, which saw Luka Doncic traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis in a 3-team deal facilitated by the Utah Jazz. It was the first time in NBA history that two reigning All-NBA team players were traded for each other mid-season. It is considered one of the most unexpected and lopsided trades in NBA history. LeBron heard about it over dinner after a win in New York. James says he spent 2 days in disbelief after the Los Angeles Lakers traded away Anthony Davis, his close friend and teammate for 5.5 years. Think about what that means. This wasn't a trade of some peripheral piece. Davis and LeBron had been the heartbeat of this Lakers franchise together since 2019. James and Davis were teammates for 6 seasons with the Lakers. They led the team to a championship in their first season together. And then, one Saturday night, with no warning, his running mate was gone. Anthony Davis's first response was pure shock. "Did these N just trade me?" He reportedly typed before wishing his teammates luck and leaving the chat. Davis, who had spent 5 seasons beside LeBron and helped capture the 2020 NBA title, later admitted to close sources that his frustration was mixed with confusion and sadness. Meanwhile, LeBron was left to process it publicly. He showed up at the arena days later and faced the cameras. James was not given significant notice that the Lakers were going to send Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a future first-round pick to the Mavs for Doncic, but he publicly said he forgave the oversight. LeBron was reportedly willing to move past the lack of communication due to his respect for Doncic and his understanding of the franchise's reasoning for making the trade and keeping it under wraps for as long as possible. He even called Luka his favorite player. "Luka has been my favorite player in the NBA for a while now," James said. "I've always just tried to play the game the right way and inspire the next generation. And Luka happens to be one of them, and now we're teammates." Public acceptance. Private anguish. LeBron knew what the trade really meant. The comment about the Lakers building for the future raised some eyebrows, as it could be construed as the franchise being more focused on transitioning into the Doncic era than contending for a championship next season. And everything changed for the Lakers when they traded longtime James friend and teammate Anthony Davis to get Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks. The deal made the Lakers a better team, but it also reset their timeline. LeBron's timeline doesn't have the luxury of resetting. He's 41. He knows what he has left, so he stayed for 1 more year, proved he could still play, and then looked at the landscape. The Lakers are Luka's team now. Fine, but LeBron wasn't going to sit and be a finishing piece in someone else's era-defining story. So he looked around, and what he saw changed the entire conversation. Here's where this thing gets genuinely wild. The Golden State Warriors are at the front of the line in pursuit of LeBron James. ESPN's Shams Charania reported that the Warriors had a goal to assemble a Big Four of James, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Anthony Davis, who currently plays for the Washington Wizards. Let that sink in. LeBron James, the man who went to the NBA Finals against the Warriors 4 consecutive times, the man whose rivalry with Steph Curry defined the better part of a decade, potentially suiting up alongside Curry, Green, and Davis in Golden State. It's the kind of move that makes the whole league stop and stare. LeBron joining Stephen Curry and Green has been nothing more than a dream for the Warriors in recent years. This offseason, the Warriors are attempting to make their dreams reality, with James being an unrestricted free agent. And this isn't just some quiet interest. Golden State has been engineering the financial architecture for this since before the season ended. Draymond Green declined his player option for the upcoming season, with that salary off the books or potentially reduced at a later date. And note that both James and Green are represented by agent Rich Paul. The Warriors have flexibility under the salary cap to offer James in free agency. Both men share the same agent. Draymond opted out right as LeBron's free agency opened. The timing was not an accident. The Warriors are interested in Anthony Davis to get him from the Washington Wizards and potentially reunite him with James. They'd have to orchestrate a trade. A trade for Davis would have to include Jimmy Butler, who is on an expiring $57 million contract while recovering from a torn ACL, per Yahoo Sports' Kevin O'Connor. The Warriors would also have to include draft capital, They have 2 future firsts and 4 first-round swaps to work with in any deal. Sources say the Warriors hope adding Davis would help lure LeBron from Los Angeles to the Bay Area once free agency officially opened. The logic is elegant and brutal at the same time. Reunite LeBron with Davis in Golden State. Give LeBron the running mate he never wanted to lose. Build around that trio alongside Curry. Make it impossible for LeBron to say no. But there's a problem. It's been reported that an Anthony Davis trade to the Warriors is unlikely. The Wizards reportedly aren't interested in a possible deal, and the Warriors do not want to trade Jimmy Butler, whose salary would help offset the cost of acquiring Davis. So the grand design, the 4-man super team, appears to be crumbling at the edges before it even gets built. Despite the trade being unlikely, the Warriors are still reportedly looking to bring in James. Even without Davis, the prediction markets are jumping on Golden State in anticipation of James's arrival. The Warriors have a 9% chance to win next season's NBA title, ranking 5th in the NBA and 3rd in the Western Conference, behind only the Thunder and Spurs. Pairing with Curry, the defining foil of the second half of James's career, would create a spectacle and bring even more buzz to James's final stage. The two of them already know each other. They won gold together at the Paris Olympics in 2024. The Warriors and Lakers reportedly discussed a LeBron to Golden State deal ahead of the 2024 NBA trade deadline, though no deal ever came to fruition. And they did team up on Team USA in the summer of 2024, helping deliver gold in France, thanks in part to the brilliance of both James and Curry. So whatever discomfort comes with being former rivals, those finals battles, the heartbreak of 2016, all of it, they've already moved past it. They've already been teammates in the biggest moments. Golden State is making the loudest noise, but LeBron isn't done looking. There's another option that doesn't come with the same noise as the Golden State circus, but it might carry more weight with LeBron on a personal level than anything else on the table. Cleveland. There has been speculation that James could opt to return to the Cleveland Cavaliers to potentially close out his career with his hometown team, where he played the first 7 years of his career and won his 3rd NBA title in 2016. The Cavs reportedly have interest in a second reunion with James, according to insider Chris Haynes. Think about what a return to Cleveland would mean. LeBron was born in Akron, Ohio. Cleveland made him the #1 pick in 2003. He came back in 2014 and delivered the city its first major sports championship in over 50 years. A moment so historic, it stopped a whole city mid-breath. James is the Cavs' all-time leader in points, rebounds, assists, and steals. In a perfect world, James may want to retire in Cleveland, but the world is never perfect, and the NBA's salary structure has a way of making sentimental gestures complicated. As of right now, the Cavaliers are $3 million or so above the second apron, with their first-round pick accounted for. That's a real problem. The second apron is the NBA's hard ceiling. Cross it, and teams face brutal restrictions on how they can add players. The Cavaliers would probably love to have James. It's just hard to imagine them jumping through the hoops it would take to offer more than the minimum. And would LeBron take a minimum deal just to go home? Teams aren't going to hold their team-building resources forever, and the reporting thus far has suggested he is unlikely to take a minimum contract. The Cavaliers, James's hometown team, got a bump in prediction markets from $0.11 to $0.18 per share with the latest news. That's a real bump, but it still puts them well behind Golden State. The market says Cleveland wants it. Cleveland can't quite pull it off. There's also the matter of what Cleveland offers competitively. The Cavs are a legitimate team built around Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley, and they've been one of the East's stronger rosters in recent seasons. James Harden recently declined his option while negotiating a new deal with the team. James Harden declined his option with the Cavs, reportedly intending to sign a new deal with the team. So Cleveland is active. Cleveland is trying. They're putting pieces in place, but cap math is cap math. And LeBron, who's still averaging over 20 points a game at 41, is not a minimum contract player by any rational measure. Unless something dramatic shifts in Cleveland's financial structure, the reunion that the city has been dreaming about since the day he left for Los Angeles may just not be financially viable. Cleveland can't be ruled out entirely because it's a good team with sentimental attachment. Can't be ruled out. That's the kindest thing you can say about it right now. It's alive, but barely. And if LeBron has to choose between a discount deal in Ohio or a legitimate super team shot in San Francisco, you have to wonder how much the sentiment wins. There's also still one more option in play that doesn't get talked about as loudly, but it's sitting there waiting. Let's talk about everything else that's in the mix. Because this free agency decision isn't just about heart. It never is with LeBron. It's about rings, money, and legacy. On the money side, LeBron could earn up to $57.75 million in 2026-27 if the salary cap lands at $165 million, although he isn't likely to find any team willing to shell out that kind of money for him, not even the Lakers. Only 3 teams are projected to have anywhere near enough cap space to offer LeBron a max contract in free agency. The Lakers, Chicago Bulls, and Brooklyn Nets. The Bulls and the Nets are rebuilding. That's not where LeBron's going. So the Lakers, the team he just said goodbye to, remain one of the few franchises that could actually pay him close to what he's worth. Here's the dark irony of this whole thing. If James isn't willing to take a massive pay cut from the $52.6 million that he earned this past season, re-signing with the Lakers would be his best bet, provided that they're open to paying him that much. So it's possible, technically possible, that this whole production ends with LeBron right back in purple and gold. No one should assume that James will return to Los Angeles for his 24th NBA season, but the money says don't fully rule it out either. What about the other wild cards? If James played for the Clippers, he could get all the same off-court benefits as staying with the Lakers. He could also theoretically make more money. Several team personnel around the league speculated that if the NBA's investigation into Kawhi Leonard's aspiration endorsement deal ended up with Leonard's contract being voided, James could sign with the Clippers for more than the Lakers would offer him. The Clippers are coached by Tyronn Lue, with whom James won a championship in 2016 with the Cavaliers. Think about that for a second. LeBron James, a Clipper, the man who once called the Clippers building a road game at the All-Star game. The idea of LeBron in an LA Clippers uniform is hard to fathom, even to James. But the NBA has a way of making the unimaginable happen. We learned that the night Luka Doncic got traded. Then there's the Spurs option, which is the one that makes you stop and think differently about the whole chessboard. The Spurs still have Victor Wembanyama, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper on rookie-scale contracts next year, which gives them far more flexibility than a typical finals team boasts. The Thunder are still lurking as a real threat. James heading to San Antonio wouldn't quite be on the same level as Kevin Durant joining the Golden State Warriors in 2016. But the Spurs would be clear championship favorites nonetheless. LeBron, alongside Wemby, at 42 years old, mentoring the next generational force while chasing one more ring. The Warriors are current favorites to land James in free agency with -500 odds, with the Cavaliers at +300, Heat at +1,000, and Spurs at +2,000. So the market has Golden State at almost lock status. But those same markets had the Luka trade at virtually zero probability the night before it happened. Here's what we actually know right now. It's not clear where James will decide to play next season. There are plenty of options open to him, including a third tour of duty with the Cavaliers. But the most recent reports have linked James to Golden State, where the Warriors are very interested in teaming him up with Steph Curry, like they did on Team USA back in 2024. Golden State firmly believes that they are the frontrunners to land LeBron if he leaves the Los Angeles Lakers in free agency. The Warriors are looking to build a roster capable of competing with the top teams in the Western Conference, while Curry is still playing at a high level. They have missed the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 seasons, including a 37-45 record in 2025-26. They need LeBron, maybe more than any other team in this league, and LeBron at 41. James is already the league's oldest player and has passed Vince Carter for the most seasons played, eclipsed Robert Parrish for the most games played, and long ago put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the rearview for the most points scored in NBA history. Among his records, James tops the regular record books in points, games, minutes, and field goals made. He knows what this chapter is. He knows it's the last one, and LeBron James has never, not once in his 23-year career, made a major decision without thinking about how it ends. He wants it to end, right? He wants one more shot at the ring. He wants one more moment where the whole world watches. Golden State gives him the best odds of that happening right now. The Curry partnership is more than a business arrangement. It's a narrative that the entire sport has been quietly building toward for the last decade. Former rivals, turned Olympic teammates, turned, potentially, the greatest late-career super team the NBA has ever seen. The Davis trade to the Warriors looks dead. The money math in Cleveland is brutal. The Clippers are complicated. The Spurs are intriguing but a long shot. So when the smoke clears, when the calls are made, when Rich Paul sits down across from Bob Myers' successor, when the contracts get drawn up, everything points to one place: the Bay Area. As of Tuesday morning, the Golden State Warriors are considered extremely likely to land the king. After he informed the Lakers, he would play the 2026-27 season elsewhere. The Warriors were trading at $0.48 on Monday and are now trading at $0.74 to land James. LeBron James is going to the Golden State Warriors. At least that's where every arrow is pointing right now. And if it happens when LeBron James walks into Chase Center in a Warriors jersey and stands next to Steph Curry for the first time as teammates, the NBA will never be the same again.